without the pain. Will color me blue, then tickle me pink. Who knew that at the brink of the end, life could begin? Treasure buried deeper with each loss, so filled with grief and catastrophic thoughts, insecurity, distorted flaws. It all gets heavy, sinking under all the cost. Sure that I'm not sure. I know when I don't know it, so I listen for that inner voice. It carries the wind, drowns out the rain. Will it make sense without the pain? Will color me blue, tickle me pink. Who knew that the brink of
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Evelyn. I'm here to introduce you to a new level of entertainment. The stars have aligned, connecting Brooklyn, New York, Sacramento, California, and Atlanta, Georgia. The team. Introducing Flatbush, Brooklyn's finest, the boss, Chef Choupino. Hailing from Sacramento, California, is Andrea Lynch. From the dirty South Atlanta, Georgia, is your boy, Victor Freeze Music, or just Vic.
Her phone jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's a defense. Rolling with her, that's an offense. It me change, you let me peach. With a bull shaking to my maybe drop pins. So they don't buy, and I say, so they don't buy, you the kid play, baby, 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 baby. Tell me what you want. Julian, I know you live from. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all been moving paper, we be running up the school. Never for that pill that we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't wrong. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Pop it, baby. Come roll with me. All night long. Let's talk, relax, my mind's relaxed. I got got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, sure enough, I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait for. Girl, you so fine, I pay for. Fly you first class to LA for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long.
My nigga, I killed it. Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focused, nigga. Make sure you focus, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care.
That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit for your ass.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, it looks like I'm frozen on the screen. What's going on? Of course, it wouldn't be the Chef Show without some technical difficulties, right? Give me 1 second. Let's see what it do. But there you go. That's my sexy look. Hey! What up, y'all? Peace. Peace, love, and light. It's your boy Chef on deck for another evening of intellectual debauchery. Before we continue, because I already see that I've been bitten by the, what does TLA lead attorney call it? The struggle streaming bug, that SSV-19. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please. Please, please, please. 1 in the chat if you could hear your boy. Let's go. I'm not saying another word until we get a 1 in the chat to let me know you can hear me. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Aaron Laura, Don Frank, Mr. Tulilo. What it do? We here. We back. We never left. All right. Just descending from the clouds a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let me do this. So we don't take too much time. Took a little bit of your time setting things up. We're going to bring the other piece, 1/3 of the team, the other 50% of the truth and balance experience. In the words of our brilliant brother, Derek C. Williams, I shall be introducing introducing. I shall be introducing the ubiquitous Andrea Lynch. Let's go.
What's up, Chef? How you doing today?
Damn, after I gave you that dope intro that you got. And what up, man? Damn. You can't even give a nickname.
Say, you know,
The
you know,
Mercurial Chef. You can't do nothing. You like, hey nigga, what up?
y'all like to use these big words, okay? You know, I have to understand what they mean, okay? I ask Derek that all the time.
That's what it is. Peace to Derek, bro. A very well done documentary. Oh man, yeah. We're gonna talk about that. You've been reading ahead. In the words of elementary school teachers, Derek's been reading ahead. So we're gonna meet Derek where he at. All right. It might take us 8 years, but we're gonna meet Dr. Derek. So let's send some love. Mika Marcel, what up, what up, what up? Oh, this crazy lady in the red. We know who she is. What up?
Okay.
How you feeling though?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling inspiration. I'm feeling happy. We back. We've been gone for a minute, but we've been helping each other out on our
Well,
own page.
We, as in Truth and Balance, are back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The balance is back. Yes.
Right. But we, as the team, we've never left.
Yes.
What I've been doing is I'm going to be kind of reorchestrating what's going to be happening on this page, the method, the style, the ambiance, the nuance of what we do. There's going to be some extra special treats planned literally within the next week. So stay tuned. But what I wanted to do while my page was restructuring was also in terms of giving visibility, shining light on the other 2 facets of the network, or I say 3. One is Andrea's channel. You'll see me on the mornings popping into her show, her morning show. You'll see me on the No Glove Sports, which is on the Victor Freeze's channel. And then, of course, you'll see me when I'm on E Black's channel on the show called Prime Cuts with Chef. So I haven't left. I just have not been sprinkling myself in other places until we get this thing here situated. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. I know that was long-winded, but don't worry. Hey, I know this guy. Tita Talks. What up? Look, see, I got my vape. I got my vape too. You know what I'm saying? He's offering that nicotine. Salute to you. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for being like number 8. All right, we're gonna keep this going. We already blocked. We got bots already, so you know something's finna happen tonight. Some good stuff. Peace to Dawn, one of the A1 day ones, just like Mika Marcel. Oh, enjoying a glass of Prosecco after viewing some football. Respect due to Flatbush's own. Respect due to you as well, my G. Always, always. Let's keep it going. Marcus Rodriguez, thank you for your service, my bro. Peace, love, and light to you. Toledo. Yes, sir. I'm glad. I'm good, my G. I'm good. Andrea and Freeze is doing some things. So that's why when you see it's just the 2, Andrea and I, it's Truth and Balance. All 3 of us is the team. All right. But thank you for showing love, my G. Hey, we were finna put the Amber Alert on you, Aaron. I'm glad to see you on deck. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah. You see, Derek coming with that advanced knowledge. You already know.
He always
Good evening, Miss Ty. Red lipstick vibes. Oh, snap. Them O'Neills. And it seems like there's a lot of you. Thank you for joining. Grab your spot, and it's yours forever. All right. You good, Drea?
I see some people new people is in the house. I'm telling them hello.
Okay. Them O'Neills.
Yes. Anthony Monique.
Right.
My friend Anthony.
Okay. Wait. Oh, snap. Hold on. I'm moving too slow. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got to say our first shout out and our first thank you. Peace, love, and light to my brother, We Unlock Nation. So we got new.
Congratulations to We On Knock. He got his 1K. So congratulations to my brother.
Congrats on the 1K.
Okay.
Welcome
Yes.
to the monetization family,
Yes.
my dude. You deserved it. You're a great soul. You know what I'm saying? And listen, you did your thing, and I appreciate all of the support that you brought to what we do here. And of course, we like to make sure that we celebrate those that spend the money, which is the fruit of their time on us. All right. And as a matter of fact, wait a minute. I thought I saw another one there.
Yeah,
oh, snap. Tita! Thank you so much. So you know what I'm going to do before we get to the rest? I'm going to send some love to them. I want to thank y'all. The best way I could send a thank you to you, let me just shut up and say thank you.
Okay, good job, good job. Get mine, no problem. Hit my line, you're irking me. I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me. I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear. Ta-da. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother Babe.
Yeah.
Shot to get up out my face. This is like a morning shot to get up out my way. This is like a morning shot to get up out my lane.
Money maker, money maker.
6 to the 7. My girl said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven. Thank the Lord. Good job, good job. Get mine, no problem. Hit my line, you're irking me.
Thank you for your donation.
I can't believe you playing that. I can't believe you playing that.
You leave her alone. All right. Somebody hitting that. How about that? Don't be judging people. How about that? Peace, love, and light to my brother Anthony McNeil. Welcome through. Thank you for popping through and kicking it with us tonight. I appreciate you. Mika Marcel, another one of the A1 day ones. All right. Who else we got? Oh, okay. Part 3. The other 33% of our A1 day ones, Quantum Love Metaphysician. I see you. Let me see. Is there any other love? Okay.
Hey, Vic. How you doing?
Right. 1/3 of the team. Okay. Stay tuned. My guy, Vic. Thanks for popping through. I know you busy. So let's see. Is there anybody else that I missed? Of course, I couldn't miss my big bro, real fan, Rudy Thompson. What up, Ru? So, you, lady, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. You know, I had to put my glasses on. I'm here to learn tonight from candaceowens. So I put my glasses on, act like I'm a little educated tonight.
Cool. Peace, Dawn. Dawn, the other A1 day one. What it do, Dawn? So, what I'd like to do, folks, is kind of give you a synopsis on how this came about. One of the things that I do is this. I don't, and people that know me consider me a know-it-all and all of that. But I don't want to be the person that serves you information or serves you that meal. I want to be the person that takes you on the walk of the ingredients and shows you how to make that meal or allow you the opportunity to make that meal.
Yes.
So if anybody knows me, I'm not going to just explain something to you. I'm going to walk you down the road. And I was having a conversation with Andrea one day. And, I mentioned something about candaceowens. And what Andrea said, I said, so you know who she is, right? And she said, yeah. And I said, you like her? I said, do you like her? How do you feel about her? And she was like, well, to be honest with you, Chef, I don't like her. And I was like, wow, okay. Why? She's like, I don't know. It's her stance. And I was like, so did you ever have an opportunity to actually listen to her message? Or a lot of people that don't like her? and then I'll let you address it.
No, I said I never had opportunity to listen to what Candace Owens believe in staying, because I really didn't. Nothing since she wasn't irrelevant. I just didn't think me and her had anything in common, and
Mm,
so I just didn't pay attention to her.
okay, that's fair enough. So the same way we had the series where Andrea hadn't gotten a real opportunity to hear Kevin Samuel's message, I figured this was an additional iteration to, let's call it, that series, Andrea Reacts. And so I felt that it was important to give Andrea an opportunity to see this person from a fresh set of eyes. But what I'm going to be doing is asking Andrea some questions and then potentially coming with a corresponding standpoint of Candace Owens. All right. So let's talk, Miss Lady.
Hmm.
Question for you.
Yes.
Is racism right?
Is racism right?
Is racism right?
No, racism ain't right.
Tell me why.
Because it's wrong to discriminate against people. What their sexual orientation is, what their color is, what their beliefs is. It's just wrong.
All right.
They say we in America, but be free. That's what they say.
Question for you.
Hmm.
Do you think we as a people, as a black people, do you think we have the capability to be racist?
I don't think we have a capability to be racist. I think we have a capability to be prejudiced
Hmm.
against other people.
Let's talk about that.
Even we have a capability to be prejudiced against our own people. Let's keep it 100. Okay, we gonna tell the truth right here tonight. You know, you go to somebody's house and if they barbecue in their front yard, you be like, that's them black folks that you don't even want to live by.
Kids jumping on the mattress
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front of
You stepping on the matches. They don't even cut their grass. Oh, I don't want to live by them.
flipping on the ghetto in a dirty mattress. You can't. Yeah, y'all remember
Yeah,
Lauren
so
Hill? Peace to Lauren.
we have the capability to be prejudiced against our own people.
So now my question is this:
Mhm.
does the specific oppression that we've received over the course of 400 plus years, do you believe it gives us a right as a people to exhibit the same oppression that to revisit the same oppression that took place on us to others?
Does it give us a right?
Yes.
No, I don't think it gives us a right. I think we should be a little more understanding if other people are impressed like we was. And I think we are not. I think we are not understanding as black people.
We are not understanding as black people.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's what I want to do, and pretty
Mhm.
much in terms of the format, first off, let me say what up, peace, love, blessings to you, Princess K. Yes, having a great Saturday. Yes, I appreciate that. It's definitely gonna get better. You're here. The rest of these folks are here, so it's gonna be great. And by the way, Princess K has a beautiful voice. All right, check her out. My guy, Danique,
Hey,
hold it
Unique.
down, bro. He's part of that special secret that we have for y'all. Stay tuned. All right. So here's what I'm going to do, because remember, you're not familiar with her standpoints. So
Yes.
for the record, anybody that's viewing this,
Mhm.
I'm not going to be making any personal judgments about what Candace has said or her standpoints. The purely clinical aspect of this stream is to share with my homegirl over here and give her an opportunity to understand who she is and how she agrees or disagrees with a message. All right. So I want you to be as candid as possible, Andrea.
Okay.
All right. So we talked the racial question. So I'm going to play this for you.
It is such a strange time to live in that people think that they are legitimate in treating white people as if they're not allowed to speak in society anymore.
This message is to all our would-be accomplices and white allies. This message is to all the white people who have BLM in their bio. If you really want to prove to black people that you love us and you care about us and you are down for the cause, do not go see that movie opening weekend. You buy your ticket, you give it to a black person or a black family who can't afford to go. And then you go sit at that theater in front of the doors. You make sure that every black person in that theater can enjoy that movie in peace. You make sure that you use your body to block us from anybody who would be coming in that theater to do us harm. That is your job. You can go see it on another weekend. Go see it on the second or third weekend. But the first weekend, that's for us. To do anything other than this is anti-black.
That what we do matters only to God, right? And what is happening in Black America is a form of genocide.
See, that's how we self-sabotage each other.
Talk to me about it.
Because if you know the movies and you know the opening weekend is the most important weekend of the opening movie, you want everybody to go see the movie. It don't matter what color, what race you are, because that's why you don't know business. You want everybody to go see the movie. It don't matter what race they are. Because that means if the movie flops on the first week, the movie studios ain't gonna want to do a second sequel, ain't gonna want to pay that much money. That's common sense. Who says stuff like that?
So we're gonna, after we finish each clip, I'd like you to give me an agree and tell that dude he can't get no ass tonight. You working? How about that? DND, do not disturb his ass. All right. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you good. So what we're going to do is, so do you agree or disagree with what Candace said?
Well, yes, I do agree with what Candace said. I think sometimes we forget about our own. We forget about, we're trying to impress, what's the one I'm looking for? We're fighting so hard to want everybody to understand us. But I think we forget the mission, and we forget what we're fighting for, because we're on the opposite team. We're not gobbling out the troops. We're all on different sides. And what are we all fighting for? Sometimes I don't even think we know the mission anymore.
That's deep.
Yes. Sometimes I feel like we say every Martin Luther King birthday, every year we got in Sacramento, we march. But sometimes I think we're just marching to be having a day off. We're not marching because what he fought for. We're just marching. We're just marching to have a day off and just kick it with our friends and get paid to be off. I don't think the mission is. I don't think we don't have any leaders like we used to have.
All right, I like that. You went deep with it. Okay. All right. Peace to Biz Busy. She said what she did was dumb AF. All right. Vic said that's right. Get you some business. Biz Busy again. She had to repeat it. It was so important. Derek said the average white person is just as powerless as the average black person. It's all about globalism at this point, and globalism is the real problem. Race is used as a wedge issue. Derek going deep with it. Yes, it's definitely going to be interesting with Candace involved. Definitely. And for the record, I reached out to Candaceowens people, letting them know about what's going on. So, if the sister's gracious enough to pop in and let Andrea know who she really is, that would be awesome. All right. But we have enough content for Andrea to make a decision on her own. Right. And white racism, in my view, is nothing compared to our own self-hate. The fact that we call ourselves in front of white folks the N-word is all you need to know about how screwed we are. Woo. All right. You got a bullseye with that one. All right. Yes, thank you, Red Lipstick. Sir Hell speaks, my guy. Little bro, what it do? What it do? All right, real life when Anthony McNeil said, if we do that, we are no different than our oppressors. Absolutely. One of the things that I normally tell my folks that have an issue with someone else and they have an opportunity for retribution, or what some folks call a comeuppance. One of the things I warn them is the last thing that you want to do to defeat your enemy is become him.
Yes.
Because if you do, he actually won. Because you're thinking you defeated him, but what he actually did was replicated himself within you. Think about it. The last thing you want to do to defeat your enemy is become them, because they win in the end, and that's a Pyrrhic victory. A Pyrrhic victory is a victory that's won at too great of a cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So you
said
you.
1 minute.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just gonna run my mouth because it's about Andrea watching the stuff, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about something else in the meantime while she's getting situated. We talk about following other people's leads, walking in somebody else's shoes. But why walk in someone else's shoes when you can walk in your own finely handmade, handcrafted from Italy custom shoes? Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Derek. And that footwear is extremely comfortable, finely made. You'll see some more. So let's keep it going.
Okay.
Let's keep this going, Andrea. So do white lives matter?
Okay, so I can just give you my personal opinion on this subject.
But wait. Forget the movement. I'm asking you specific questions.
Yes, they matter.
White people's lives matter?
Yes, they matter. Yes, they do.
All right. I would hope you say that because your child, and your foster children, and your children is.
Yes.
Okay.
They matter.
So let's take a look at something.
TikTok has banned users from even searching for the term white lives matter, listing the phrase as being associated with hateful behavior. When searching for videos or profiles that contain the term white lives matter, you're going to be met with a message which states, quote, no results found. This phrase may be associated with hateful behavior. TikTok is committed to keeping our community safe and working to prevent the spread of hate. For more information, we invite you to review our community guidelines, end quote. What are the community guidelines? Well, you can definitely use the hashtag Black Lives Matter. You can definitely use the hashtag Asian Lives Matter. You could definitely use the hashtag Latino Lives Matter. All of that is fine. But if you use White Lives Matter, it's problematic, obviously, because being white is problematic in 2022. Actually, since a little bit earlier, being white kind of became problematic starting in, I would say, maybe 2012.
Talk to me, Ma. What you think? Agree, disagree, and why?
Do I think that why TikTok is not doing that? I don't understand that. But
Wait, because you're going into the nuance.
Okay.
Remember, it's not about the nuance. It's about what you think about the specific message that Ms. Owens gave. Agree or disagree, and then you can expound on it.
Okay. Do I agree what Candace is saying?
If you need me to run it back, I'll run it back for you.
Yeah, run it back one more time.
I got you.
TikTok has banned users from even searching for the term White Lives Matter, listing the phrase as being associated with hateful behavior. When searching for videos or profiles that contain the term White Lives Matter, you're going to be met with a message which states, quote, "No results found. This phrase may be associated with hateful behavior. TikTok is committed to keeping our community safe and working to prevent the spread of hate. For more information, we invite you to review our community guidelines," end quote. What are the community guidelines? Well, you can definitely use the hashtag Black Lives Matter. You can definitely use the hashtag Asian Lives Matter. You could definitely use the hashtag Latino Lives Matter. All of that is fine. But if you use White Lives Matter, it's problematic, obviously, because being white is problematic in 2022. Actually, since a little bit earlier, being white kind of became problematic starting in, I would say, maybe 2012.
Well, I don't think it's hateful.
Do you agree or disagree with Candace first?
I disagree a little bit.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you disagree with.
I disagree that to say that white lives matter on TikTok. I'm trying to understand why she said it's problematic, because I just feel like they matter. Of course they matter.
Okay, so let me just I want to make sure that we don't stray too far from the nuance of what she's stating.
Okay.
What she said is she can plug in any other race. Asians Lives Matter, Latino Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't allow you to use White Lives Matter. And she thinks it's unfair. So my question to you is, do you think it's unfair or not?
That's unfair to not be able to put church White Lives Matter on TikTok. Because if everybody else have their own, how come they don't have it? So that's unfair. Yes, I do think that's unfair.
Okay. And now, because there was something you mentioned earlier. You mentioned about people who have this dynamic. It's where it's us against them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means that we feel as though we need to win. But if we become the oppressor,
Mm-hmm.
or the censor, then what happens is at some point we become like the person that we're trying to defeat. What you think?
Yes, I do think that is a little crazy. My mind says we all matter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My mind, my heart, my growing up says we all matter. It didn't matter what race we was. It's always the division. It's like the division. It's like that's what's keeping us apart from each other.
All right. And Danique said, if TikTok associates White Lives Matter specifically with Kanye's propaganda, it can make sense.
Well,
all right. So let's keep it going, because we're talking about messages.
Yes.
What do you think about censorship?
Censorship. I think as certain things I feel like should be censored.
You said should or should not?
Should be censored. Certain things
you believe in censorship. Talk to me about that.
In certain instances, I do. If I feel like certain things is when we okay, I've been a I can say I'm gonna be honest. I can say my own when I say black on black crime, and my friend be like, you and Vic was like, Drea, it ain't black people only just not only killing each other. Okay, I say proximity, I say all these close. So I'm starting to believe they are trigger words, and they are almost words that we are using against each other to almost not say that it's a problem in our community. It's like a what's the word I want to use? It's like we know it's happening, but it's like sometimes I feel like we're dumbing it down. Like it's a serious problem in our community that we're hurting each other. But we have become so accustomed to it and hearing about it, we have dumbing it down instead of it being a 911.
Okay. So censorship. Yeah, look, Derek is like an American citizen, thinks censorship is good. Yikes. I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
We have First Amendment rights, right?
Yes, we do.
It gives us the freedom of what?
Freedom of speech.
Right.
But can we hurt? Can we hurt? Yeah, we have freedom of speech, but sometimes we can say things that can be not true. We can say things that can be hurtful to somebody. Even talk about the dead people who are not even here, and then you got their family members. So sometimes I feel like we should censor ourselves and watch what we say when we're talking about people that is no longer here.
Understood. Peace, my bro Paul, my brother. He said, I wonder why they never used Lives Matter 2 as opposed to Black Lives Matter or White Lives Matter, especially when they claimed the phrase was divisive.
Yes.
You definitely have a point. We definitely have a point. And Dawn said maybe we should define it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just from my side, what I would say, I don't believe in censorship because once you start to desire to limit certain freedoms, it's what they call a slippery slope where more can be held against you based on those freedoms. But we're going to get to that point. Let me drop this on you and tell me what you think.
Kanye West wrote and then subsequently had his Twitter locked when he said, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. That was the tweet. And people subsequently demanded that the tweet be taken down for anti-Semitism. Now, if you are an honest person, you did not think this tweet was anti-Semitic. You did not think that he wrote this tweet because he hates or wants to genocide Jewish people. This does not represent the beginning of the Holocaust. That's if you're an honest person, you'll admit that. You will admit that, right? If you're an honest person, when you read this tweet, you had no idea what the hell he was talking about. I had no idea when I read this tweet what the hell he was talking about. This tweet inspired questions, not answers. It is such an insult to people's intelligence to continually use isms. Oh, it's because you're anti-Semitic. If you even ask a question, you're anti-Catholic. How dare you question Nancy Pelosi? Oh, you must hate Black people. You know what? Newsweek, who wrote this article, Emma Mayer, you must hate Black people. How dare you critique Kanye West, a Black man, a Black billionaire? Obviously, you don't want Kanye West to be successful. This is a game that is played by idiots. And the only people that accept this game and perpetuate this game are other idiots. You have a right to ask questions and you have a right to question someone's motive, irrespective of their race, their gender, their background, certainly their religion. I don't care. I don't care if you pray on the rosary. I don't care if you have a Star of David around your neck. If I have a criticism that I would like to launch about you or that I would like to say, I'm going to say it.
I do agree with what she said, but don't you have the right to be respectful, and don't you have a right to feel like if a community feel like they have been oppressed and what you're talking about bothers them, can't you word it in a different way? Just asking some questions.
We can do anything. We can do anything. All right. But here's another thing that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
That same constitution that exists here
Mm-hmm.
says that we can have the right to say whatever the hell we want. Remember, they don't enforce feelings. They enforce freedoms.
Yes.
You come from the beef sector of YouTube.
Yes, I do.
You know what goes on over there.
Yes, I do.
Celebrities were made. Lives were doxxed and destroyed.
Sure.
The people doing the doxing and the destruction, did they, with strict ass YouTube, did those people lose their platforms?
No.
Freedom of speech. And a lot of the speech hurt other people, right?
Yes. But if you got plenty of money, you can sue them too. But
No.
somebody successfully sued a YouTuber.
Yeah, that's different. You talking about Cardi B and Tasha K?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. That's defamation of character and libel. Defamation of character and libel, what that is one of them is defamation of character is literally putting something out there about someone that's not true and that defames their character.
Mm-hmm.
And causes people to look negatively at them.
Mm-hmm.
Libel is actually printing or putting out an absolute known lie about someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you have legal repercussions that you could use against that other person. But if the person says that, excuse me, they call a large woman, you fat hoe. The most that she can do is sue them for calling her a hoe.
True.
So in this situation, it's a little different. It's different because if you notice what Kanye stated, he stated a feeling that many people feel. So I'm going to ask you some questions. And just in terms of general knowledge, right? Who do you hear controls the banks?
Who do I think control? Well, billionaires who got money controls the banks. What you think? Who could they? People controls the banks.
What group of people control the banks? Hollywood and social services throughout the U.S.
Well, most of it is Jewish people.
So now, in terms of what he stated and what he felt, because one of the things he said, he can't be racist to them because if you go back to the books, remember, before there was a Christian church.
Yes.
Jesus was a Jew.
Yes.
Okay. So with all of that being said, it seems like you're speaking to how other people will take it. But my question to you is about what you hear, if you believe it's true, if you agree or disagree with what's being stated. And I don't want it to be rooted in who else may be harmed or may not like what was said. If your son is dealing with a crazy chick and you tell him to leave her ass, she ain't gonna like it.
True.
Should you not say it to your son because she's not gonna, or her family's not gonna like it?
No, I'm gonna say it. Period.
Interesting. Okay. Just checking. Let me see what we have here. He's like, shh. Oh, we got a couple of folks popped in too. Let's get this. Busy said people dislike Candace so much they can't hear some of the facts she be spitting. Peace,
Mm.
Lady Navoa. What's going on? Derek said, then again, under the USA Patriot Act, even preacher sermons can be viewed as offensive and the government can go after them. Look into it, Derek did. Oh, yeah. All right, let's keep it up. Paul said, censorship is allowed for private companies, especially when codes of conduct are signed by the user. This freedom of speech only protects you from government prosecution. Absolutely. Or persecution.
Mm.
Right. Because of course you work for a company. You can say what you want, but of course you've seen people that have said what they want, and there was a YouTube backlash, and the next thing you know, their companies terminated their employment. You know?
Yes.
Narratives and Dialogue said she's definitely not respectful, and while doing this in the presence of dangerous white folks and racist malicious groups, which are right here on YouTube, has caused a lot of problems. Okay. Derek said the beef sector is black ignorance on steroids, but they have a right to be as ignorant as they want to via their free speech. All right. Vic is stupid. He said, you fat hoe. He's stupid. He said, Kwafi said, I talk about a group of the black folks on YouTube who speak the way she does, hiding behind freedom of speech in my documentary, The Pookies and the Ray Rays. Is there a place for us? All right, I'm going to have to take a look at that, family.
Okay. I mean, that's something.
Peace, Paul. Derek said the Floyd family wants to sue Kanye for his speech. Now, some of the Sandy Hook families also suing Alex Jones for 2.75 trillions after $1 billion judgment was issued.
Yes, they won.
I mean, we're gonna talk about that. You know, I know all of the talking points, and we'll leave out the successful black folks who are trying to make a difference in America. They only focus on what's being said bad on Fox about black folks. All right. Toledo said if her own coworker Ben Shapiro said it was anti-Semitic, then what? Interesting question. That's an interesting question. Might need to delve in on. Peace, Gray Pill, my guy.
Hey, Gray Pill.
Paul said she weaponizes information for the benefit of her people. We, not her people. The Birch Society is her people. Okay. Gray Pill. He feeling that look on you.
Thank you. Is that right to say? Is that right to say? Is Candace Owens is she black? Because I'm confused now. So
Yeah,
is she not
black.
our people? So is she not our people?
Interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
So let's keep this party going. So
the interesting conversation because everybody want to get in tonight.
All right. So this is a perfect branch off. Let me start with what Vic said. Where's Vic's message?
Lipstick Vibe says she identifies as white. I didn't know that.
Say it again.
Lipstick Vibe says she identifies as white.
See, I thought she was just a little light skinned, but oh, this is what Vic said.
Okay. Okay, you need to rest that shirt. You know what? Leave my shirt alone. Okay, it's a shirt. Okay.
Okay. Showing your ass. I mean, the other side, right? Okay.
It's Saturday night. Okay.
All right. So let's hear what Candace got to say about it.
A man doesn't want a girl that's just going to be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see. You know, that I don't have to be a man to know that that's not what men want, right? If you think that that's freedom, the idea that you have to wear less and the idea that you have to get naked to be heard, you really think that's a form of freedom? Because that's not. That's slavery. That's bondage. I didn't have to take off my clothes to be heard in society. And these women will realize that when you follow these people that are, you know, self-imposed feminists, I'm a feminist, I do this, I'm a feminist, you hear that word over and over and over again, you'll find that the majority of them are miserable. Look at their lives and ask yourself a question. Do you think they are happy? Do you feel good when you do what they do? Right? When you're constantly looking for a dopamine hit from social media because you took your clothes off and you want somebody in your comments, you know, a thirst trap with your ass out, right? And you want someone in your comments going, oh, slay bae, you slayed the day, bae. Hashtag Tuesdays, am I right?
Yeah.
I've been guilty of it, Candace. Okay, girl.
If guilty laugh was a person, it would be wearing a white low-cut t-shirt where the cut goes all the way down to her waist. Thank God we got your name covering the cleavage. Go ahead. This is YouTube. This ain't OnlyFans. I'm about to find you, send you home.
We all have been guilty posting something on Instagram, want somebody to comment, share, like it, you know, and say we looking cute today. Come on now. But do I think that I have to be naked to get heard? No, I don't. I can be fully clothed and be heard. Some people feel like they can't.
So
I feel like I can.
Okay. Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with her message or you disagree with her message?
Well, I don't think you have to get naked to be heard. I think you can be fully clothed and be heard.
So then that sounds like an agreement to me. I don't want to.
I do agree with that video on the show too.
Okay. All right. So let me put this message up here. From Red Lipstick Vibes. She funny as hell. Red Lipstick Vibes said she identifies as white. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she also said, Red Lipstick said, I identify as a pineapple. Right? Okay. I like your style. Miss Ty. So what's your pronoun?
My pronoun?
Yes.
Like my name?
When you want me to talk to you, you want me to refer to you as she or her?
She.
Refer to you or her?
Andrea. She, her, Andrea.
So I can't refer to you as they or them.
No, because they and them is more people. It's me, you know.
So would you like if I referred to Andrea as a him or
no,
her?
No,
Okay.
It's she.
Okay.
She.
Just checking. So let's take a look at something.
If you're somebody who tries to keep up with all of the pronouns, lucky for you, the LGBT Foundation sent out a tweet, and this is what the tweet says. Happy International Pronoun Day to you, whether you use, and here is a list of pronouns, ze, them, she, her, they, them, he, him, they, them, they, fair. And then it concludes by saying pronouns or any others. This is just a short list of some example pronouns that people may be using. You will never know someone's pronouns until you ask, right? We're just giving you a short list. Maybe they're fey, fur, ji, jem, kli, klar, blue. You don't know. And your pronouns might be, and if someone does not call you, it's because they're a bigot. In fact, that is my pronoun.
It makes us confused, okay? I'll be honest.
Agree or disagree?
I agree with her.
You seem I hear some hesitation in your voice.
I I do agree with her. I do.
Now, remember, I want you to understand this is not about me prompting you to think a certain way.
Uh-huh.
This is me trying to, in this exercise, is trying to allow you your own opportunity to formulate an opinion of some of her messages based on you hearing it yourself and not
Yes.
from our periphery of love. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's many people that have grown up as Republican and then realized once they left mama and daddy's house that that their sensibilities may lie on the GOP or on the Democratic side,
Yes,
and vice versa.
I do believe us in the Black community have voted Democrat because our auntie, our mama, our cousin, our great grandmama, instead of figuring out is that the party right for us or me. So I do believe we're we're holding the Democrat Party as we can't change. It's like that old song grandma used to sing. We're gonna keep it in the family, but maybe it's not right for us. And they might have different stance than what we believe.
Okay, I like that. See what D said. He said, "I'm Derek, a black guy from Mississippi. I'm a Gemini, love smoking cigars, and I'm wearing a gray sweatshirt and pants." Kamala. Right. That's his pronoun, FYI. Narrative dialogue, Chef Choupino. Oh man, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. We try to create some intellectual debauchery over here and give you a little bit of nuance. So I appreciate you appreciating what we bring to the table, family. Real talk.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Andrea. So, okay. Let's see. Sorry, TC. I actually already deleted it. You might have to do the little quick rewind, hit the little red dot and slide it back a little bit. Sorry. So, why do we need a pronoun? Hey, that's a whole new conversation, right?
Yes. Yes.
So Andrea Lynch.
Yes.
As I commence this verbal dialogue with your ubiquitous self, I tend to wish to lean upon my vernacular in order to create a more cinematic display of my verbal skills or my verbal skill set. All right. Was I talking white?
Huh?
What I just said to you, was I talking white?
No, that's regular talk for you.
It's regular talk for me. But so if a black person spoke like that, would you think they were speaking white? What would you think about them?
I would think whoever been teaching them the right words to say, not no ghetto talk. And their mama probably was saying, "Look, you're not gonna talk that way in my house." It depends on where you're raised, what part of the country you were raised, how your parents are. It is different.
Okay.
And I have had friends who is educated, talk so good. I have never said, "Girl, you're talking white." It's just it is what it is.
All right.
And I think it's unfair when black people tell black people that they're talking white, because to me it says they can't be educated, they can't have a good dialogue. Because shout out to Stephen A. Smith, has a great dialogue, and I think some brothers can't handle his dialogue.
You certainly find a way to always slide Stephen A. Smith somewhere into the conversation.
Well, I'm sorry. I do think his dialogue he's very educated. His dialogue is very words that probably I would even be listened to if I wasn't listening to ESPN and him on ESPN.
Yeah, we finna do a show on stalking, okay? On stalking celebrities. All right, you gonna be that. You gonna be that one like the celebrity Stephen A. Smith. Go home, and then you gonna be butt naked in his kitchen making rice or some shit.
No,
leave him alone. Leave him alone.
I watch him every morning. I find that if you're black, it's okay to. I find it so insensitive to call them Uncle Tom, call them talking white. So what if they're educated? So what if their language is speaking? They're speaking. You know, look at nobody don't say nothing about Derek C. Williams. He used all them big words, and nobody don't say he talking white.
True.
So is it okay? So if I find it hypocritical of us, it's okay for Derek C. Williams to use big words, but as soon as Stephen A. Smith used big words, it's a problem. Just saying.
You just flipped the whole thing. You arguing with Derek right now, yo.
I'm just using him because he does use big words. Okay.
Right. So first and foremost, I'm gonna send some love to Mr. He Said. I don't know why I could have sworn I seen Mrs. She Said somewhere in there. Mrs. She Said, I thought I saw you on there. If I didn't see you up there, send another message. But even if you don't send a message, love is love. We got your other half in the spot holding it down for you. All right.
No, I'm just saying, if Derek can use big words and he reads a lot, he's very educated, and the brother can he can run with the best of them. So if Stephen A. Smith wants to use big words and he's on TV, why is it the black folks got to call him Uncle Tom? Is that fair?
Great question. So that leads us to this one.
This is a critique I get all the time. Like, Candace speaks proper English, and so people are not going to be able to connect with her. What did you want me to? This is how I dress. This is actually how I don't have a stylist. This is legitimately how I dress. So you want me to pretend to be someone I'm not? What? Throw on some fresh Air Force Ones, some old school FUBU, put big hoops that have my name in the middle, and say yo, yo, yo at the gate? It's not who I am, right? I made a documentary to expose the truth. I'm not going to present a lie while trying to expose others for lying. That doesn't make sense. I'm not going to present a lie while presenting the truth. I find a lot of difficulty with this entire concept that when Black Americans look presentable, they somehow can't connect. That's actually one of the problems, I think, in Black culture.
Oh, I agree with Candace Shoot. Right on the money right there.
Okay. And she said, uh-oh. It's that time again, y'all. It's that time again, y'all. Kevin Samuels had money what? We got money drop. Thank you, Mr. He Said, my bro, with the $20 Super Bowl. Let's get it.
Okay, good job. Get mine, no prob. Hit my line, you're irking me. I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me. I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear. Ta-da. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother Bay. This is like a warning shot to get up out my face. This is like a warning shot to get up out my way. This is like a warning shot to get up out my lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 7. My girl said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven. Thank the Lord when I.
Mr. He Said, thank you. All right. Danique said, every time I was in a situation where a lady told me I talk white, our conversation gets interrupted by the DJ calling her to the stage. Yeah, you tipping the nickels, right?
I mean, I agree with. Don't disregard. I will wear my hoops. I mean, Candace don't like them, but I
mean, you got your hoops in now. The one with your name in it is in the drawer, huh?
I'm choosing to wear hoops, and it's okay. I'm still gonna be me. But I do agree with Candace about why we can't dress up presentable. Why we gotta have no our pants sagging and act like we don't know how to got no home training. That irritates me, especially when I see our black sons walking around here with no fresh hair. Their hair should be right. If you go into a job interview, know how to dress, know how to have a tire. And some of them don't even know what the tire is. Don't even know how to tie a tie. That's a problem for me. You don't even know how to put a pair of slacks on and go to a job interview and dress right. And you don't have to have no Air Force Ones. Put some slack. Put it's I don't know. I was taught that, and maybe I'm still from the old school. My brothers had to get a haircut every 2 weeks. They had to wear a belt in the house. We weren't allowed to wear no pants sagging. And right now I'm still strict on my son. When he walk out of the house, I said, "Where your belt at?" Because it says something about how you present. That's the first. Everybody say the first impression is what they get from you. It says something about your first impression. If you looking like you half dressed and half naked, and it looking like who shot John, we looking at you. Maybe you don't want a job today. Maybe you don't want to work. And why should I hire you?
Look, you see, I'm over here looking right at you. You cooking? Okay.
I'm just saying, as we, and that's why I told my son this. It's something me and my son had a conversation, and I used football analogies as to get him to figure out in life. If Cam Newton got that contract when he had a clean cut hair, and now Cam Newton has got his hair looking like who shot John, why was he working that hard to get that contract and keep that clean cut hair? Now he think he got money and he got freedom to wear his hair how he wants it. But when he didn't have that money, he was wearing that clean cut hair. What did that say? Just helping my brothers.
Okay, interesting. That seems like another agreement right there. Let's talk about it. If any of y'all seen or heard or understand what this woman does and has done for the past 20 plus years for not just the black community, but for the white community, for the Mexican community, whichever community has a child that needs care. She's a foster mom. Okay, so she has a palette. She has a spectrum of colors. She has white, she has Latino, she has biracial. But in terms of her being a mother, what makes her the best is the things that she instills in her children, right? I want you to tell me about one of the things that you were the most proud of that Veronica got, your daughter Veronica, your firstborn child, but your daughter Veronica got from you and her dad. You told me the story one day. Something about what she got, her hustle.
A hustle. Veronica, she has a hustle from me and her dad. I'm looking at her as a mother. You know, they say we had a shortage on milk. And Veronica, she said her baby ain't gonna have some milk, okay? So I'm seeing all this. Her closet is full with milk. I'm like, Veronica, her baby needs so much milk. She's like, Mom, they said they got a shortage. I said, really, girl, you just overreacted. She been hustling milk and hustling, get milk for her friends. And I'm like, the hustle in her, it came from me. But man, this sister know how to hustle better than her own mama. She take it to the next level.
So let's talk about her work ethic.
Because
literally, I remember she tried to take her ass back to work in a couple of weeks after giving birth.
Yes, she did. She wanted to go back to school. And I was like, you know, you got to heal. You got to heal. She's like, I'm ready to go back to work. I need to make money. I got things to do, things to buy for my baby. And the whole 9 months she was pregnant, she was stocking up everything for her baby. She was getting everything her baby need. And it was, the baby had everything he need. That made me proud because she seen me and her dad work our asses off to get what we got. And she she do it better. And what they say is the parents show the child be better than them. And man, she's always working. She's always wanting to get a job and like a drop of a dime.
You also talked to me about Quentin, his work ethic, and what Pops did to make sure that he was on his square.
Quentin had to go to work with his dad and after school, and made him tough. Football made him tough too.
Okay.
And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I know when I say this, men go get mad, but I did tell him a couple times, man up. But I had to realize when he lost his job, he didn't want to tell me because I was so hard in telling him man up that he felt like he couldn't cry. So right. I realized that I was so tough on him that he felt like he couldn't tell me that he lost his job.
So what it says to me is Andrea Lynch don't raise no lazy kids.
Oh no, I don't play that. Mm-mm.
All right. So let's see what we got here.
Why don't children work anymore? Now, I know you're interested thinking of Candace because, I don't know, it's a form of slavery to have children work. Children should just be able to enjoy their childhood. But there is something about working that establishes a better human being. We are not creating better human beings anymore or quality human beings anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just seems that everyone is so entitled to everything. I shared with you many episodes ago the story about the assistant that I had, 22 years old is how old he was, asking to make $135,000 a year after a month of work. Why? Because he's entitled. Because he doesn't even actually know what real work is. You have children that grow up to become the adults like they're facing right now at Goldman Sachs that say, we're being abused. Yes, we make, I don't know, almost $100,000 a year, and but we're working long hours, and we shouldn't have to work long hours.
I believe in kids working. My kids got chores around here. We got a list. You want your allowance? You can't get it unless you're earning it. So you got to go to work every day. Like I go to work every day, you got to earn yours too.
So agree or disagree?
I agree with Candace.
Okay. But go ahead, keep this.
Yeah, you got to you can't see if you ain't earning nothing, you think I'm gonna give it to you, and money don't go on trees. I don't want to shake a tree around here and say money around here. No, I got to go out there and work it myself. So you got to earn it. You make sure your room is clean. You got to vacuum your floor. Got to kitchen table off. You got to sweep the floor. Okay. Gotta make sure everything ain't under your bed. Because if I find something under your bed, I'm taking $1 away. Because if I have to clean your room, I'm taking $1 away. So if you end up not having no money at the end of the month, that's on you, not me.
You just coming up with a damn excuse to take their money to buy lashes.
What an excuse. A prime example. My 2 boys broke my neighbor window, okay? Broke the neighbor window. You know what the consequence is? I'm going to pay for the neighbor window, and their allowance is going to pay me back for paying for the neighbor window. Oh, that's not, this is a democracy. I run this.
So that means it's not a democracy. I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. Look, I may not even know the words, but I understand where you're coming from. That passion speaks for itself. Yeah, that's a universal language. When Andrea talks, she could talk to a guy that she could talk to a dude that speaks Mandarin Chinese.
It costs me money. So if something costing me money, I'm as your mother. You don't understand. I love you. I gotta teach you. So when you go out in the world, you don't think it's okay to break somebody's window, and then you might be in jail breaking somebody's window. So I'm gonna have to show you that you learn how to pay your way. And then some of them little kids is that's the problem. Some of these little kids is self-entitlement, self this, self that. I had to work at 16. I got a job at 16 because my dad was giving me $5. It wasn't enough money for me. He thought $5 was cool. That's all you need. I'm like, huh? I can't buy no Jordans. I can't buy no Joe-ass jeans my friends are wearing.
Oh, so you're saying that Pops was forcing child labor? I'm joking.
Yeah, me and my brothers had to go to work every day after school. And you know what he said? If you don't work, you don't eat. That's what the Bible told. That's what he said that he would say us all the time. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's what the Bible said. So he said, how we working for him is we are all working as the family. He's in here putting the carpet in. I'm in here vacuuming the floors. And it teach stability. It teach a value in money. It teach you're gonna have structure. It teach my kids know how to wash their clothes, they know how to fold their clothes, they know how to vacuum. So when they move out my house, they can never say, I didn't know how to clean up. Yo, yes, you did. I didn't know how to wash. Oh, yes, you did. I didn't know how to use my wipe machine. Oh, yes, you did. Miss Lynch, make sure you know how to use all that.
Okay. So Quafinino said, I do agree that kids should have a childhood too. They are not our personal slaves. What you think about that?
My kids don't clean my room. They ain't vacuuming my floor. They ain't sweeping their they're not folding up their clothes. They folding up their clothes. They ain't folding up my clothes. And it teaches you structure if you know how to wash, if you know how to fold, if you know how to do that. Because I have seen kids that don't know how to do nothing, and then when they come to my house, they be like, how your kids know how to do all that? Because we are a team up in here. I'm the head. And these are my little Indians, and we're gonna all be the team. I can't run a house if everybody don't work together. That's even in the company. It teaches them structure. It teaches them a foundation, and it teaches you not to be lazy either. Because some of these kids is a little lazy and feel like they can be on Xbox. They can feel like mama go buy me a pair of new Jordan. The last time I checked, Jordan don't pay no car note or rent in this house. Until then, we ain't buying none.
All right. Until Michael Jordan watched this podcast in Andrea's magic shirt, then they all may have every pair for free.
I'm just saying. And my kids, I'm gonna watch them. I feel like they have learned so much in doing their chores and stuff. They understand now what money is. They understand how they want to earn something. Everything is not given. And when you give too much, you might have some lazy kids. When you give too much, you might have some entitled kids. And when you give too much, your parents might not even like you when you get grown. Because they like looking like, what did I do? Created a monster on my hands. No, thank you.
Hell, you cooking. Fan you off. You cooking. All right.
And Veronica and Quentin, Veronica learned how to pay bills at 15 years old. She knew what rent was. She knew what car note was. She knew what PG&E was. She knew what SMUD was. I was teaching her how to pay them bills because one day she was gonna leave me. So let me show you how to get a money order for this. Let me show you how to get a money order for that because I want her to be independent and not be self-sufficient and self-sustained, not on me. And the reason I was that way because my mom and dad did things that I didn't even know how to ride a bus. So my car blew up. I had to catch the bus. You know who was teaching me how to ride a bus? My 17-year-old daughter. I said, no, that's what ain't going to happen.
All right. And Vic said, you cooking over here. Right? Yeah, Derek saw a viral video of a 15-year-old boy who didn't know how to use a can opener. He made a video because he was angered. His mom let him with the soup and the can opener. He didn't know how to use it.
I think it's wrong to not teach your kids because my mom said this because she had diabetes. She taught me how to cook because she told me one day if anything ever happened to her, I know how to take care of my family, and that was my sisters and my brothers and my daddy. But God willing, she was here until I was in my late 40s. So I'm teaching my kids if anything ever happened to me, I don't have to worry about Veronica and Quentin know how to take care of themselves. They're going to be all right. With the tools they got, the hustles they got, and the strength of their mama, they're going to be all right in the world. Because they're resilient. They can get back. They know how to fall back. They know how to lay down and know how to get back up and dust themselves off.
So what you think about Quafinino's, his parents? Take a look on the screen.
All the boys in the family to cook just in case they don't marry. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They should. I think I used to feel like my son don't need to know how to cook. My son don't need to know how to do this. And then one day, my girlfriend, she had 2 boys. She didn't have no girls. She was like, Drea, the boys gotta cook. The boys gotta empty garbage. I got boys up in here, and so I had to learn. Quentin had to learn how to do it because Veronica was doing a lot. And the reason Veronica was doing a lot because I learned that in my own house, living with my mom and dad. So my thought process when she brought that to my attention, he gonna have to learn that. And so now that makes him a better, he know how to wash his clothes. He know how to take care of himself.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, I got.
Go ahead. But yeah, y'all, you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I like the fact that, you know, she got you flowing. Peace, knowledge, and relationships. My boy M3 and my bro, Intellectual Soapbox, aka Mr. Best in the World.
Congratulations on your 1K.
Congratulations on that 1K. You know I'm gonna be dropping something on y'all, man. I got nothing but love, man, for you fellas, bro. Straight up and down. The first time I ever sent money on YouTube was on your birthday, M3. That was the first time. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you. And to be quite honest, with the work ethic that you guys have, you know, it's humbling because you guys work hard. You'll have a schedule 2-3 weeks in advance. You know what I'm saying? And there's been times in doing this where I was like, damn, why I can't be more like them in terms of the structure. So within my heart and my mind, logic and emotion, bro, knowledge and relationships should have been over 1,000 months ago. But I'm glad your time is here. And I think you understand and respect the work that it takes to get to this point. So I salute y'all. And you already know we family. You got the number. Holla anytime. All right. Congratulations.
And then I did it, you know, I think it makes nobody's saying kids should be happy. Nobody's saying no kids should be on no factory machine working hard like that. Nobody said that. I believe kids should have their childhood, but I believe they should earn what they get. I believe they should be earning what they get and not this mama give me, mama I want, mama I need, and all this. What you doing? Because let me tell you something. People thought I was wrong, and I ain't gonna lie. People gonna think I'm wrong when I said this. But my son and my daughter was like 15, 16 years old. I had a Suburban. They was like, "Mama, can we go to this place?" I said, "Sure." Where your gas money at? The Suburban don't drive on air. It drive on gas. We in California too. You want me to take you somewhere? Give me some gas money.
The cars in California should run on weed.
So my mom charged me for gas too. I think she did come and charge me for gas. And my friends like, but Dre, you charge his kids, they kids, and shoot, they making money. What? I ain't the only one over here working. Shoot, right. It's just like we get to feel like we're like, oh, let them be 18 and don't even know how to cook, don't even know how to clean, don't even know how to take care of themselves, don't even know how to keep their own apartment clean. And then what you would say about us, we've been half raising our children. That is our responsibility.
All right.
We have an obligation to make sure our kids are self-sufficient, self-sustained until they turn 18. When they turn 18, you should give them all the tools they need to go out in the world and do their own thing. Fly. That's what my daddy told me. He said, fly at 19. I graduated.
Uh-oh. It's that time again, y'all. Peace to knowledge and relationships. My guy M Thrizzy and Mr. Best in the World with the $20 Super Bowl. So you know we get that Super Bowl. You know what comes next, y'all. It's time. I like to call her coming or going.
Okay, good job. Get mine, no problem. Hit my line, you're irking me. I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me. I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear. Ta-da. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother babe. This is like a warning shot to get up out my face. This is like a warning shot to get up out my way. This is like a warning shot to get up out my lane. 1,
Hey, thank you once again for that Super Bowl. My guys over at Knowledge and Relationships, the official YouTube partners and the emotional partners of the Chef Choupino Network. My guys. All
Can I
right.
ask you, Chef,
Of course.
if you were 16 and you had your first job, what was it?
Well, I got my first job when I was 14, and it was literally at a place called Jade Pharmacy, which was around the corner from my house. I went to go in New York, they would give you your what's called working papers. And
Yes.
you would go to downtown, all the way downtown Brooklyn, and you would see like a line of a couple thousand kids. And we would go get our little card working paper. And that was at the end near the Brooklyn Bridge. I walked Flatbush Avenue all the way down to my house on off of Avenue J in Brooklyn, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
stopped at almost every single business there. I walked miles
Mm-hmm.
because I was so proud and I wanted a job. So
Mm-hmm.
my first job was at 14, and it turned out the last place that I got to was the place that I give me a job. So I walked, If anybody knows Brooklyn, I walked from pretty much from downtown Brooklyn almost to King's Plaza. All right. On foot, stopping in every single business I could to work. So I know what you. So when you asked me that question, I kind of wanted to give you the long-winded version of it to understand. Oh yeah, funny story. I'm 50. I've been working at my company, my corporation, for a long period of time. I just realized. I didn't talk to you about it. I just realized that damn, they got this thing called the Rule of 75. In 5 years, I'll be able to retire with a full pension. Here's the kicker. I still don't know how to act like a 40-year-old dude. I got energy in me. You get what I'm saying? So the work ethic is there. The work ethic is hell yeah.
And,
The
and
work ethic is there.
to me, I'm gonna be honest. When I see some kids who got work ethic, I was like, thank God who your mom and daddy is. When I see kids and mamas and their parents, when I see them they got their work ethic, I be like, big up to your parents, because that says the presence, the power they have put in their children, that they knowing for them to be successful. And it says something about a work ethic. We always say about sports and everything, but do you know how Tom Brady got those 7 rings? He had to have a work ethic. He just
Yeah.
can't be on a football field wishing I'm gonna win a championship. No, he had to have a work ethic.
You freaking hypocrite. A couple weeks ago, you was there talking about he wrong for making promises to his wife. Now
But
you
look,
saluting his work. No, I'm messing with
I
you.
can respect. It's a difference. I can respect his work ethic. Okay, I respect his work ethic. Now the wife, I don't know what's her problem, but I respect his work ethic. I respect his hustle. It's. I can 2 things can be right at the same time. I keep telling y'all that.
True. So we got to send a little love.
Okay.
My bro, Quafinino, aka Narratives and Dialogues, he's 150 subs away from 1,000 on this channel. It was once a music channel, now a documentary channel to bring more positivity, more about black men, boys, now, and bonding sons and fathers. So
Ooh,
come
that's
with
a
it, bro.
okay.
I'd like to give you guys, I'd like to give you guys a few seconds to go over and check out the page while I give you a little sneak peek at what's on the market right now. Let's go. Let's show Quafinino, aka Narratives and Dialogue, some love. Let's go. Fine handmade Italian footwear made within what's called the Shoe Valley in La Marche, Italy, shipped directly from the factory to you. Fine quality material rather stylish as well. Stay tuned. All right. I hope folks went over and gave my boy some love. Pause. But you know what I mean. All right. Thank you. He said he just subbed.
I did
My
too.
bro Paul, he just subbed. All right. My guy.
But who do you
Thank
blame
you.
the parents when the children is lazy? When they
Say
ain't
it
got
again?
no who do you blame when the children are lazy who ain't got no work ethic? You blame the parents.
Absolutely.
So when kids, you know, the one thing about them children in China, they education is so their parents, their education is very important and they're very strict. So I'm not saying that we gotta be like them, but I'm saying is some of their work ethic they have in China with their children, and shoot, it could be something American kids could follow.
It's interesting. I like your take in terms of the work ethic part because it seems like that means a lot to you. You know.
It says something. It says something. You know, I'll say this. My mom didn't have to worry about when she passed away. You know why? Because she knew all except one of her kids. Okay, there's the last one that they had. I think they was too tired to be a parent. I'm being honest, but she knew all. She was hard on all her kids. She knew that she knew all her kids would be okay when she left this earth. And
All
I
right.
say the last one she didn't know it was gonna be okay because I think her and daddy was tired. So I'm just saying, it says something about the family dynamic, is the work ethic, because that's a mom and dad worrying about the kids' education, worrying all the hard sweat, and tears, and the aggravation at night, the worrying about are they gonna be okay, are they gonna be alive, are they gonna make it through the next day. The parents do worry about that. My son had been pulled over by the cops about like 10 times in the middle of the night. I worry about him all the time. Is he coming home? Just make it home. Do what they ask you to. I have them conversations.
All right. So now we're about to wait. Appreciate you, everyone in here. Hey, my guy.
Yes.
That's what we do over here, man. It's your crib. You know what I mean? And we gonna shine that light on you straight up. Oh, so I'm from Brooklyn, but I reside in Atlanta now. FYI. But when you come to the East Coast, holla. Or when I get to Vegas. Long story. Danique, he said, when you're limited by law, I believe you try to maximize what you have. Too much freedoms. Okay. So now,
Oh, hold on 1 minute.
Go ahead. Oh yeah. So this next one here, this is gonna be one.
Ready.
This is gonna be one, but I have to preface it with a question to you, Andrea. If your son, if Big Q came through and said, "Mama, I want you to be real now, Andrea."
Okay.
You don't have to tell me the politically correct version of the answer.
Okay.
I want you to tell me and be your normal, honest self about your feelings.
Okay.
He said, "Mama, I want to cut my dick off. I want to be a woman. I think I'm a woman."
Okay. Now this will be hard for me. This is my son.
Wait, so let me do this because I know, and there's a reason I'm doing like this, right? I'm gonna give you the 2-minute clock. All right, go.
This is my son, so this will be hard for me. I would say, is something wrong with you? Are you on that bullshit? I'm thinking, this is gonna be a different way of life, and I don't think you understand. I'm not trying to change you, but what I'm trying to tell you is this is gonna be a hard life, and sometimes you can't see. I'm older than you. You can't see what's in front of you,
Okay.
and gonna be like, I'm gonna be happy. I ain't gonna be happy with this. This is not what I want for my son.
Okay, thank you. Because I was about to rerun it back to you about how would you feel, not what you would say to him, and be gentle. I want you to be like when you would hit me up on the phone at 11 o'clock, and be like, "Chip, can you talk? You ain't gonna believe this bullshit."
Yeah,
you know.
Yes. This is that bullshit. I ain't gonna be happy about this. This is my only son I got. You know what?
All right. Cool. So, of course, y'all know the rules. We got rules here, y'all. We just got a magical Super Bowl from our brother, narrators and dialogues, aka Coffee Nino. So you know what that means when somebody breaks bread with the fam. When somebody breaks bread with the fam, you know what we do?
Okay, good job. Get mine, no prob. Hit my line, you're irking me. I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me. I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear. Ta-da. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother babe. This is like a warning shot to get up out my face. This is like a warning shot to get up out my way. This is like a warning shot to get up out my lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 7. My girl said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven.
It's like on two.
Coffee. Nino, thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Hey, there's something for the pot and those outstanding dishes, but hey, thank you. Hey, we got more soup for you. Come through New Year's. You got the Haitian New Year's soup as well. Speaking of Haitians, where's my boy Gabriel 7?
He probably at work.
Derek said, he said castration protocol. Yikes. He said, just saw a video of a 21-year-old girl who's been on testosterone for 5 years in order to make a transition. Now that she's balding, she said no one told her it would be like this. So, since we talked about it, Jay, remember, it's if you agree or disagree with Candace, all right?
Okay.
Cool.
Keep telling you, if your kid has TikTok, get them off. I'm going to say that until I'm blue in the face. If your children are on TikTok, pull them off. I'm making it a song because I think that's what TikTok is.
So, just that piece right there. What do you think?
TikTok, no, my kids are not on TikTok. No.
So you agree with that?
Yes, I don't think TikTok should be age appropriate. I feel like it should be at least 17 and older.
Oh, okay. So let's run it back.
Keep telling you, if your kid has TikTok, get them off. I'm going to say that until I'm blue in the face. If your children are on TikTok, pull them off. I'm making it a song because I think that's what TikTok is. It's people singing and dancing and making things that are actually horrible and horrific appeal to children. So now we have a transgendered, another mentally ill TikToker that has just gotten a hysterectomy. Not only do they have a hysterectomy, they have decided that they're going to turn it into a science project and display it in a jar for children to see how cool it is to mutilate your body by choice. Here's the video.
Trigger warning. Yes, so in this... Hey y'all, so I just got my uterus back and it looks so freaking cool. Trigger warning, this is an organ and it is a wet specimen and it is my uterus plus the tubes as well. So, ready for the reveal? This is it. This is my uterus. She scrubbed off all the blood. That is my cervix. That's what a cervix looks like, y'all. And these little strings right here are my fallopian tubes. But this is my uterus. This is it compared to my head. This little thing causes so much problems for everybody. And I also got a LED plug-in LED stand with it. So it lights up different color and spins while it displays it, which is so cool.
Despite the trigger warning that this person provided, I am still triggered. I am triggered as a mother that is raising children in a sick society. I mean, Could you imagine that this is permissible on the web, and yet we are being told that people like Donald Trump and people like Kanye West, are dangers, that they are dangerous human beings, right? That they are not allowed to be on the internet, and yet this is a person that has just mutilated their own body and is intentionally trying to make it seem like a cool aspect by putting it on the web and showing a bunch of children that they can do it too. You can put it in a jar. Look, oh my gosh, it's my fallopian tubes. Now I will never be able to become pregnant because I just had a doctor that should be in prison, do this to me because of how I was feeling on the inside. And the reason that I was probably feeling about this way on the inside is because I have some underlying trauma or underlying sadness or underlying need for attention, best evidenced by the fact that I am on TikTok looking for likes and views for my fallopian tubes that I'm putting on the web, right? That's what's going on. This is a person that needs attention. And for attention, people are becoming more and more extreme. They're pretending that they have gender identity issues because they like that it gives them a false community online. This is sick, right? You should feel disgusted. When I first saw this video, I did not want to eat after it. And yet we still have parents who think that their children being on TikTok is absolutely fine. It's not fine. I stand strongly against this. We are not going to be able to survive as a society if we do not address this and call it what it is on its face. All right? It is mental illness. I said in my George Floyd documentary, and I'm going to say it again, we have to have the courage to scream the truth louder than they scream the lies.
Well, I do agree with her. I do agree children should not be on TikTok. I do agree children who have been on and have proven that children have been on TikTok and have done stupid stunts and killed themselves. And I believe if they was on TikTok, maybe they wouldn't have been doing all these stunts, thinking, holding their breath and all this other kind of stuff. My kids are not on TikTok. They don't need social media right now because it's too much information that they don't understand, and their brain can't absorb. A brain can't absorb the truth, the lie. I can, and they're not ready for that.
Okay, I can understand. So there was a lot more in there. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the jar situation. What do you think about her feelings on what you saw? Because
I thought it was
that person was born as a woman.
Yes.
And surgically transitioned and had her uterus with fallopian tubes and everything. Basically had her womb in a jar. What did you think about Candace's feelings that she spoke on in terms of you can have somebody doing and saying that, but there's other people that are shut down for sharing their own opinions? What do you think about that?
I do. I mean, she's right in a sense. You're gonna can't. And Donald Trump can't say what they want, but he on TikTok showing his fallopian tube and his cervix been taken out and everything. That's a lot. It was disgusting too.
Why you say it was disgusting? Talk about it.
I don't want to see nobody fallopian tube in their cervix. That's something I don't want to see on TikTok. I'm sorry. I mean, it's some things I black out. I don't want to see. And so I just feel like, how old is this person? It should. Do I agree people should have mental health evaluations in certain instances? Yes, I do. Because sometimes I'm thinking, are you ready for that?
Right.
And I have watched documents when people has transitioned and hold on 1 minute.
I'll do, Andrea. Well, I had watched a lot of time when they was trying to transition. And Chef, that's some bullshit.
They had documentaries that people decide they want to transition, and then a couple years later they realize they don't really like it, and they were like, I don't know why I done that to myself. So sometimes I feel like people should have a psychiatric evaluation before they do something major to themselves. See where
Okay.
your head is. See where your mind is.
Yeah, and
And
many
sometimes
sorry, go ahead.
sometimes you, my mom used to say, sometimes she would tell me, my sister, my brother, you're going to grow out of this. If you don't grow out of it, that's fine. But you should get maybe have professional help before you make a big major move in your life and then regret it in the end. Because people, I have watched documentary, people have regretted what they did.
So
I'm not saying everybody is doing that, but I'm saying it is a community that have regret what they've done.
I agree. But you know what I agree
Yes.
about?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wants to freaking dance.
Hey,
Somebody wants to dance. Peace to Paul Ferdinand, love and respect. If y'all don't know who Paul is my spiritual brother. His father, once we moved to a different church, his father, Pastor Ferdinand, in French or Creole, we say Pastor Ferdinand, was our pastor. Big church in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? His mom loved the hell out of me. His pops showed me nothing but love. Their family, good people. I appreciate you, Paul. I appreciate you. And I'm going to send my homegirl to show you some love.
Okay, good job, good job. Get mine, no problem. Hit my line, you're irking me. I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me. I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear. Ta-da. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother babe. This is like a warning shot to get up out my face. This is like a warning shot to get up out my way. This is like a warning shot to get up out my leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 7. My girl said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you, family. All right. Paul said they grown. It's their right. Is she talking about Kanye's documented mental health issues? I'm not for the hypocrisy. So watch this, Paul. You might have missed early on. So here's what happened. This whole show was born out of a conversation Andrea and I had because she knew she didn't like Candaceowens, but more so there was a lot of people around her that didn't like Candaceowens, but she had never seen her material. She had never seen her content. So what I wanted to do, that's why I'm not giving my opinion. What I'm doing is just showing her various pieces of content from Candaceowens so she can kind of build her own, mental anthology of her content. And then from there, go forward, because there's going to be stuff she disagrees with. But part of this whole exercise for me is something that I want to do for everybody. A lot of times we know our friends, the ones that don't know about current events until they get the news from their best friend's Facebook feed and the comments. A lot of times, you ever heard of a movie that people said was whack, and then you didn't go see it, and then you see it a couple years later, and you're like, damn, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
I use this analogy. The Book of Eli. I knew a bunch of people said, man, that movie was whack, man. It ended whack, man. And then I saw it, and I realized it ended whack to them because they didn't get the aha moment, the big bang moment. What's called the denouement. If you ever went to film school, the denouement or the plot resolution. So I call that the Book of Eli moment. It's important that all of us allow ourselves to taste the food, chew the meat, and spit out the bone on our own, and don't just rely on somebody else's stuff. I eat certain food. I love certain food. There's some other people that they hate cilantro. I love cilantro. So I can't allow myself to choose what I do and don't like for something I've never experienced or consumed based on someone else's opinion.
Yes.
So basically, Paul, I said all of that to say, I'm not even going to debate her on what she thinks. This is about seeing how she feels about what she's hearing. But we're going to get more in depth as we go forward, because just the same situation with the Kevin Samuels reactions that Andrea did, because she hadn't seen his stuff before. We're going to have another one too. Yes. Wisdom is consumed and digested. So you understand the plan. My guy. So we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. But this one.
Okay.
Let me see. But okay. Here's what I'm going to do right now. Oh yeah, by the way, we're streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. All right. So let's do this. I put the link out. The link is there. All right. But remember, whoever jumps up in terms of the clips that we play, we're going to allow Andrea to give her synopsis first on how she agrees or disagrees. All right. So, let's take a look at this.
Okay.
A New York congressional candidate has released a tape of himself having sex on Pornhub. Why? Because he wants to promote his sex-positive agenda, which includes the legalization of prostitution. His name is Mike Itkis, and he is a third-party liberal candidate. Of course, he's a liberal candidate in New York's 12th district. One of his key campaign issues is decriminalizing sex work. So to promote it, he decided the best way to do that would be to participate in an adult film. And he posted that to Pornhub on his own account. And it really is something. First and foremost, in the bio, I just want to be clear, I did not watch this. I'm just telling you guys this is what has happened. In the bio, he describes himself as not married, no kids, not celibate, and atheist. Emphasis on the atheist. Of course, he has to be an atheist because he's also a narcissist.
So, just to bring you up to speed. You tell me, I'm not going to say your piece.
What the hell? Why? Why? What? You couldn't find anything else to do.
So you agree or you disagree with it?
I disagree.
Wait, no. I said, do you agree or disagree with Candace?
I agree with Candace. This is disgusting.
Okay. So we're going to bring the other brother in these YouTube streets that keeps you accountable. Derek C. Williams. My guy. Welcome. What's going on, family?
Yeah. Shout out and respect due to Flatbush's own Chef Choupino, the mercurial Andrea Lynch of California. How are you, young lady?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Derek?
Living my life day by day like Rambo. Yeah. I just wanted to come up just real quick to just say something to Miss Lynch that I was like kind of blown away, and I don't usually get blown away by what people say, because when you get to be in your 50s, you pretty much heard everything. But anytime you hear an American citizen say that they are for any form of censorship, that lets you know how far removed many citizens are removed from the country's creed of free speech and self-expression. Some will argue, well, this ain't really the black man's country and all that other stuff. But you can say because you have freedom of speech, you can say that. Even if you want to say stuff like, well, this ain't the black man's country, you actually have the right to say that. And if they come to take, or you want to curtail someone else's free speech, it's all good until they take yours. I'm sure Ms. Lynch has told you, Chef, that YouTube took 2 of my channels because I talked about the shot. Well, as we know, the shot turned out everything I was saying when I was sounding crazy in 2020 and 2021, all that came to be. But Susan Wojcicki and the people at YouTube thought that it was in bad taste for you to say anything about that shot. You're not supposed to say anything about questioning the results of the 2020 election, even though if you look, and it ain't hard, you can see where it was voter irregularities. And so if I was to say that, YouTube will strike down your videos. But what happened is about 6 weeks ago, YouTube quietly relaxed what you could and could not say regarding the shot. You see, but the overall point is we are Americans, and we've been taught in schools, as bad as the public schools are, is that you have, quote, freedom of speech. Well, what the gentleman said earlier, private companies can in fact censor, and I'm with you, but YouTube wasn't made on a censorship platform. YouTube was created February 14th of 2005. And back then it said YouTube, broadcast yourself. Chef, I saw videos where this dude was rapping. He was actually freestyling and he was having sex with a woman while he was rapping. This was on YouTube. YouTube had all that. But once Google purchased YouTube, that's when they started getting corporate. And so now, and another thing too, Susan Wojcicki, who is the CEO of YouTube, won a Internet Freedoms Award. This is the same person who took my channel, as well as hundreds of thousands of other content creators, for speaking their truth, or what they believe to be true. And so by them trying to ban Alex Jones, or what they did ban Alex Jones, or they trying to sue Kanye West for $250 million, even though everything he said was turned out. He was in fact shot with fentanyl. That's a fact. There's no debate. But stuff like that is so hurtful that they want to sue him for all this amount of money. And that's on the heels of the Alex Jones verdict. And so I'm saying all that for this reason, Chef. We have to be very careful about any censorship. The minute they come for mine, they're going to get yours. And then it'll be an issue when they get yours, and you'll say, well, I don't understand. What did I say so wrong? You simply spoke. That's the problem. And they don't want you to speak. And so what happens is we get into this self-censoring rigmarole. So long story short, in my view, this is no knock on Miss Lynch. I'm just to anybody. Any American citizen that says any type of censorship is good, you couldn't possibly be born here. Because if that's the case, you should take that same philosophy and go to North Korea, or maybe Venezuela, or the old Soviet Union, and see how far what you say here in this country will get you. Not good. So that's pretty much all I want to say, Chef. And thank you for having me on. The show is good thus far. You got good content as always, my man.
Well, may I respond back to Derek? Okay, may I respond? Is it my floor? Is it the floor right now for me? Okay. So I said it should be, some stuff should be censored. Yes, I still believe that. Yes, it's freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean that you got a license just to say whatever you want to say and be irresponsible to, and you might get sued. So sometimes things should be a little censored. Because
Ms. Again, it's not an issue until they come for yours. It's not an issue until they come for yours. I hear you.
And then you got these little kids on TikTok, and they should be banned too.
Well, that comes from you being a good parent. You should be able to monitor your children. But it's a whole nother thing, at least from what I understand. You have parents actually doing TikTok videos with their children. That's a matter of bad parenting. The platform in and of itself is benign, but it's the people who populate these platforms that make the platform what they are. So if you have idiot parents that co-sign right along with their children these videos on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever, what do you think is going to happen? I would never allow my daughter to do or see some of the stuff that she sees, but you have the power as the parent to control that. Now, if you talk about irresponsibility would be you giving your child a smartphone and not having any restrictions on that cell phone. That's irresponsible. And when you say regarding the stuff that people says is irresponsible, well, once again, if it's something that you don't like, that's the great thing about democracy. You can always turn your channel. You may not like the stuff that I put on my YouTube channel, and so you may not want to watch. That's fine, what other people do. But does that mean my speech should be curtailed because you don't like it?
I
No.
agree. I agree. Andrea, let me jump in real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
This brilliant black man, you see how articulate he is. You've known him longer than myself.
Yes.
And he's well spoken.
Yes.
He has concise and precise thought in the thought process, right? He talked about something that he felt that's impacting all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost 2 YouTube channels.
Yes.
But if you were to go into the YouTube search box and type in naked yoga,
yes,
you will see naked women doing yoga. If you go and you type into the search box Brazilian wax, no blurring, they will show you actual vajayjays getting shaved, full money shots, okay?
Yes.
But it's considered education. But somebody like Derek is educating people.
Yes.
But he lost 2 channels, monetized channels, based on the information that he was educating people with.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair? Is that right? Is it fair?
No, I don't think it's right. No.
That's what censorship looks like.
And that's all I was saying. The fact of the matter is, any censorship as an American citizen, that's you said I'm gonna mess with you. Said I use big words. This is not a big word. It's just regular. It's antithetical to democracy. Any censorship. If you don't like it, you simply change your station. But it's a whole nother thing entirely when you have children on there. And the platforms themselves, again, they are benign platforms. They are there to get their money, and they will use children in order to do it. So it's incumbent upon the parents and those who are mentoring these young people to either A, restrict them, or B, take their damn phone. If you don't do that, the floodgates are open. So that's a whole nother ball of wax right there. But again, the platform in and of itself is one where it's supposed to be, quote, social media, where people gather together in the arena of ideas, for lack of a better term. I put out my ideas, you put out yours, and we'll talk about it. You can cut me in half, or I can cut you in half, and that's called diversity of thought. Is debate. But see, no one wants that. It's just one tune, one voice, one note, and that's not that's the essence of being un-American in my estimation. You should have all kind of thoughts, and if you don't like it, simply change your station. That's all. I like hip hop, but the fact is, the hip hop they got on the radio now is straight garbage. So what do? I don't listen to it. That don't mean they shouldn't play it. I name names. I don't like Little Boosie. I don't like Cardi B, but they are allowed to say that mumbo jumbo all they want. I just simply turn my station. That's all. But for me to say that they should not do what they believe is hip hop would be wrong.
Okay.
So
that's all.
No. I don't want you to drop, D. This one, literally, when I edited this one, I said Derek is gonna be all over it. So I just need you for these 4 minutes, bro. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna ask her my baseline question. Right. There was a statement that you heard from Charleston White the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about us getting killed by the cops. You remember that statement when he said they ain't worried about the cops? So I'll make a statement.
Okay.
You'll remember. Like, shit, cops killing ninjas is the last thing I'm worrying about. I'm worrying about other ninjas killing me.
True.
You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
All right. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I agree with him.
All right. So let's take a look at something.
Shocking video of a group of people dressed in neon green bodysuits attacking and robbing two teenage girls on the subway.
All right, it happened at the Times Square subway stop over the weekend, and the suspects are still on the loose. Fox 5's Ashley Rodriguez joins us live from Times Square with more on this now viral incident. Ashley.
Yeah, I spoke to people today on the subway who believe violence is definitely getting worse on the subways. They say they're not just hearing about it or watching it on the news, they're actually experiencing it for themselves. And early Sunday morning at the station behind me, what they thought was a fun group of cosplaying aliens ended up being an angry mob.
En masse, this group of neon green spandex wearing women just like flooded the car.
I spoke to the woman behind this cell phone video shot around 2 a.m. Sunday morning inside the N train at 42nd and Times Square.
These two poor girls were like having to take on like 10 women, and it bled into the car, and no one really knew what was going on.
This incident, the latest in a rash of violent attacks inside trains and around stations caught on camera. A week ago, the NYPD arrested 41-year-old Wahid Foster for brutally beating a woman inside the Howard Beach JFK Airport station after she ignored his attempts to start a conversation, leaving her bruised, bleeding, and suffering a severe eye injury. Do you think that the violence is getting worse?
Yes, it is. It's getting worse and worse every day.
I showed the writer this latest attack, like a scene at a Gotham City.
Oh my God. What are the things that we're doing to take care of something like this? What are the measures that we're putting in place?
Back in February, Mayor Eric Adams and Commissioner Sewell promised to deploy more officers to patrol the subway system, both on trains and platforms, as a part of the subway's safety plan. But subway riders with no other transportation options aren't seeing results from the city's commitment to keep them safe.
It was also really horrible because no one knew what was going on, and so it was so chaotic and no one went in to help.
New York is becoming that back in the early 90s, so where it was extremely, you had to be very careful to ride the train.
The victims of this attack were not severely hurt. No doubt they are probably very shaken up, though. And if it's any consolation for subway riders, during the month of October, they will now hear the police commissioner's voice in the trains reminding them that officers are working 24/7 to keep them safe. In Times Square, Ashley Rodriguez, Fox 5.
Wild. All right. Thanks, Ashley.
A bunch of black women that were dressed in neon green, part of a gang, jumped on to the subway and began to pummel two 19-year-old women at a Times Square subway train stop. And they were released without bail on Tuesday. But I want to actually have you guys take a look at this video, take a listen to this video, because it's insane. When my producer saw this video, she said, who is the person recording this, right? Like, how could you just allow this to happen? And I said, in defense of the person recording it, I wouldn't know what to make of it. I don't think that my brain would be able to process that I was witnessing a crime.
So, what do you feel about her take on what took place? And what's your feelings? And don't shoot no chicken out of your mouth now either.
Let Derek go first.
No. This is your show. You ain't gonna. Nice try. Nice try.
I think it's wrong that they was on the subway trying to steal from somebody. The women.
They just jumped up. But then,
yeah, I think it's. Do I think that when I walk down the street and it was said when you walk down the street you might cut your purse. I'm not afraid, to be honest, and this is the honest truth 2T. I'm not afraid of other races. I'm afraid of my own race in certain instances, in certain areas. Because sometimes I feel like my own race have a lack of the gift of life.
Understanding the gift of life, or cherishing it. Excuse
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Of our own lives.
Of our own lives. And so it's neighborhoods in California I refuse to go down. I was like, I don't go down there at nighttime. It's dangerous. So I'm saying is I'm not afraid of other races. I'm afraid of my own people.
Enough said. I know Derek has a mic drop for us on this one. This is right up Derek's alley. Talk to me. DC Dub.
Yeah, well, I want to say around, it had to have been right before Jesse Jackson's second run for president or right thereafter. Jesse Jackson said if he was walking down the street at night and a white guy was behind him, he wouldn't think nothing of it, but he definitely would take notice if one of his own was walking behind him. The right reverend said that keep hope alive guy. He said that. Here in Philadelphia last year, a 34-year-old woman was raped on the train on SEPTA. SEPTA is New York MTA. And it's funniest thing, we have a female commissioner just like New York City does. Her name is Danielle Outlaw. Well, that woman was raped on the train and no one rendered aid, but the video was played. So that shows you somebody was taping. Nobody wanted to go render aid to this woman. And I would have had to done something. How does a train full of people see a woman get sexually assaulted and no one render aid, but everybody pull out their damn phone? But this is the sickness of black people. Black people always get mad when the white man calls us a monkey, savage, porch monkeys, super predator. But we throw the N-word around like a frisbee, but look at how we carry ourselves. I don't have to tell you about Chicago. They call this Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for a reason. They call Baltimore Bodymore for a reason. That's because we doing it. Hank and his pickup truck ain't doing it. We doing it. But we the first one to say Black Lives Matter. And I always say Black Lives Matter, but not on Saturday night.
Thank you.
So for me, I'm not worried about Jesse in his pickup with his shotgun rack. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about Tyreek around the corner, and I shouldn't have to be like that. None of us should have to live like that. But that's exactly where we are. Again, they don't call it Philadelphia for no reason. They don't call it Bodymore for no reason. They don't call it Chirac for no reason. They don't call Mattapan in Boston Murder Pan for no reason, or Birmingham, Alabama. They don't call it Murder Ham for no reason. That's us doing us. So, until we get that together, all that stuff with the white racism and Black Lives, White Lives Matter, all them is just catchphrases. No, what about my brother? I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper. What about that? So I'm in agreement with Ms. Owens, and for the police, well, if the New York City area has around between 9 and 12 million people, and you got maybe 100,000 police, can they really be on the train 24/7, 365? Nope. So you literally are on your own. And my last point, then I'll drop down, Chef. I sent Miss Lynch when I was able to go live because she didn't believe it. So she knows this to be true. In 2015, the Supreme Court upheld the fact that the police have no constitutional obligation to protect you. So when they say protect and serve and you call 911, they don't have to come out. They don't owe you that. You literally are on your own. So again, just thank you for having me on your platform, my man. And I'm going to see you around, all right?
Bye, Derek. Thank you so much.
Peace, love, and light. Derek C. Williams, as always. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Salute to your chat.
Salute.
He put a comment. One of the dudes put a comment in there. I'm like, you live in Sacramento? Because how you know about that?
Are you talking about the Heights?
Yes. How you know about that?
I know you like guys with beards. So what you mean to say is, look, he's in Big Rig Slaps is in Sacramento. So
okay.
Big Rig. You see that face? You know what that face says? Wait, I'm gonna show you what that face says. I'm gonna show you. That face says, "Pull up on me." Yeah,
I'm like, how you know about Del Paso Heights? Because if you don't know about Del Paso Heights, you got to live in Sacramento. So I'm like, wait a minute, do you live in Sacramento?
Poverty and violence makes a shit sandwich. Salute. So,
yes,
Andrea Lynch.
yes.
Initially, I thought you would have gotten angry by some of the things that you said, that Candace said. I thought some of them was gonna snatch your wig like this.
See, shout out to my friend Tough Love. So he told me, he gave me some advice one of these days. Come to a conversation with an open mind and an open heart and a willing listen, like a willing listen to what she say and to hear what she's saying. Because I might just agree with her.
All right, so to kind of close this thing off, you had the Kevin Samuel series,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
in this first iteration of you seeing some of the things Candace says at this point. What do you think and feel now differently than prior to us, having this? Because I know you didn't really care for her, but tell me about
how
you changed at this point.
I might have changed. I didn't know her stance and stuff. I see that she's educated Black woman. I see she's a Black woman, and I see that she obviously cares about. I'm in the Bay Area. Obviously, she cares about our community because she's fighting for things that we're actually fighting for. She might just speak in a different language than we do, and because she's well spoken, people might not want to listen to her. But I will say this: to me, what it speaks to Candace Owens is to speak about her work ethic. Who's behind Candace Owens? Who raised her? That's what predominantly tells me that she has some good people who raised her. Because I'm always.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Me personally, I always think about this: who raised that person? Who
raised you?
Yeah, who raised you? So I always think about, if you don't like that person, who if you don't care for that, or you don't like what they speak about, who raised you? And to me, Candace Owens must have some good parents who raised her, and who and to her to be an actress as she is, somebody had to have that in her own house and to teach her that.
There you go. You go.
I like Tough Love. Yes, he is good.
He's a real one.
Yes.
So
I think some of her stands is I agree with some of them. I agree. And just because she's not a little rough around the edges like Andrea is, and she's well spoken, she still can teach me something. She still can teach me something. I can still listen to her, and I can still admire what she's doing. Because sometimes us people try to impress our own people. Excuse me. Hold on 1 minute.
Don't worry, you good. So, listen, y'all. What's the best thing I could say? I think this was a successful exercise because it gave someone an opportunity to ingest and consume this material and this content on her own and give her own personal, unequivocal, feelings on what took place. So
I had something to say. I think it because, and then I'll say this to Stephen A. Smith and Derek C. Williams, just because they speak big words and just because they know words and read a lot of books and stuff, doesn't mean they're Uncle Toms, and doesn't mean that they're not for our people. They could be for our people and still wants to educate us, and we don't have to be sellouts. I hate when we call other Black people sellouts. That's not fair.
I agree.
That's it.
So I want to thank each and every single person that joined us for this exercise in intellectual debauchery, giving us an opportunity to allow the homie to pick up some wisdom, pick up some information she didn't have before from a particular person so that she can generate her own opinion. All right. It wasn't for me, it was for her. But this is the kind of thing, if any of you guys know me in real life, it's not just about me telling you what it is. It's about me allowing you to have that experience. I'm the last person who you're going to say, tell me about this movie. I'm going to tell you, nah, you got to watch it. You got to watch it yourself. And what it is, you get one person looks at a painting and they see 14 different points of resonance for themselves. But then you get somebody else who's in the art, they might see 1,400. They might be able to tell you the mood, what feelings the painter was able to express. Different people see different things. So I beg each and every one of you to consume content before they remove content and censor everything. Ingest as much as you can so that you can have your own opinion, whether it's for or whether it's dissenting.
Yes.
You got to eat your own food. All right. So Andrea, thank you for trusting your boy. And in this exercise, you know what we do here?
Yes.
The last thing I want you to do is let these folks here know what makes you a special, unique soul in this universe.
Well, what makes me a special, unique soul is I'm just Andrea Lynch from Sacramento, California. And shout out to California because that's who raised me. And I just want to give my opinion. I just want to give my opinion. I want to be heard, and I want to learn something, and I think that's what I do. And I think just go to share, subscribe to Andrea Lynch. Shout out to just Andrea. It's more content over there, and I got more content coming. So please go over there, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody coming.
Thank you, Drea. Let me drop you down. So there you have it. Another episode in the books. Thanks for joining in what would have been an actual phone call with Andrea and I would have been sending us stuff to look at. But this is what we do. I may be a know-it-all, but if you know me, with that information, I'm going to share it all. I don't want to sit there being the smartest person in the room. If I just sit there complacently being the smartest person in the room, I need to get the hell up out of that room or uplift that room. So I'm the homie that's going to try and make each and every one of you as smart as you think I am. That's the key. So thanks, Andrea, for being not an adversary, but for opening your ears and your heart to be able to ingest some of this from this particular person. But listen, y'all, this is what we do. So I want to thank each and every single one of you who came through, each and every single one of you that gifted the fruit of your time and labor, which is your hard-earned money, to keep this thing going. Hey, so for the folks that are familiar with what we do here, we don't just send you out to the street from this club. We send you out on a freaking big magic carpet with a V in the middle of it. Can somebody let these folks know what that V stands for on that magic carpet we floating you out on? Somebody, it's important. Let me see. Yep. Exactly. We be vibing. Chef out. Peace.
Hop on, jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's a defense. Rolling with all, that's an offense. It me change, you let me peach. With a bull shaking to my maybe drop ins. Today on by and I say, today on by you to keep playing. Baby, tell me what you want. Julian, I know you need fun. Papa said, remember that we been knocking at the door. Y'all be moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pillar, we was sleeping on the floor. West Side Africa, you know the shit ain't hard.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care.
Profit, baby. Come roll with me. As times relax, my mind's relaxed. I got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, sure enough. I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait for, girl, you so fine, I'll pay for. Fly you first class to the lake for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long.
My nigga that killed it. Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focus, nigga. Make sure you focus, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say.
That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit for your ass, nigga. Profit the one. Follow me on all.